Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the Director and Founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm is a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're continuing our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. You know, we talk about custody issues, and custody issues can really come up at any time. They know no season, they know no economy, they seem to come up no matter what the situation is. Parents are always fighting about their kids. They've been doing it since the dawn of divorce. They've been doing it since the beginning, and there'll always be custody issues that come up as parents whose relationships are over wrangle for a position, they jockey for a position with respect to their kids. We see a lot of this before school starts, because when it's summertime and the kids are sort of on a fluid schedule, everybody's, footloose and fancy free, maybe it lends itself toward a little more flexibility. But then school starts, and all of a sudden we're in a more structured environment where it lends itself to a more rigid handling of that situation. Now, when they're married couples, in a situation where school starts and there's all the back-to-school things, the discipline of the back-to-school schedule, the homework requirements, all of that, oftentimes you'll see that the parents are at least seemingly in lockstep on that issue. Divorced couples, though, it's different. Usually in divorced couples, there's something going on. Yeah, we all care about the children and their schooling and all that, but there's also oftentimes a powerful agent at work that has nothing to do with schooling. It's that powerful desire to have your kid, who's now in this weird environment, all of a sudden you want to get on the good side of your child. So what happens is the parents try to get on the good side of their child, sort of competing with the other parent. There may be a little bit of easing up of the restrictions. You may find that the custodial parent runs a tighter ship. The non-custodial parent is running Disneyland. So the custodial parent may send the kid for the weekend with a knapsack full of books and a backpack full of homework, and it doesn't get done. Why? Because on the 2 days that the non-custodial parent has the child, the last thing they want to do is sit there at the kitchen table doing math that they don't even know how to do, trying to get their kid to do it. They don't want to do that. They got a trip planned, they're going to Kalahari, they're going to the movies, tonight's bowling, we're going to a restaurant, all these great things. And why? So that the kid should equate a good time with the non-custodial parent and not equate that time to the drudgery of homework. So we have these competing forces. On the other hand, when that kid comes back from, let's say it's dad, comes back with that backpack full of unfinished homework on Sunday night, and now the mom, while getting the kids ready for, now realizes, oh my God, none of this work was done. And then there's all this stress to get it done, and the kid has to do it. The kid might fall behind in school. Mom's going to call up the dad to complain. I sent you with all this work. Why didn't you see that they, got some of it done? So you definitely have competing interests. You definitely have competing ways of doing things. To avoid this kind of problem, what you should do before school is mom and dad should probably sit down and work out some kind of structure. How are we going to handle this? On the one hand, dad should devote a certain amount of time, and the kids should know this too. The same amount of time they normally would have devoted during the weekend for homework, they should devote for homework even if the kids are with dad. It should work out, because you don't want your kids falling behind. On the other hand, the moms also have to realize that dad's time is limited. So in this scenario, they should overburden, and they should try to make sure maybe the kids can do some of the work while in school. Maybe they can get a jump on it from Friday afternoon, let's say at 4 o'clock when they get home, till 7 o'clock when they go to dinner. Maybe they can get some of the homework done during that period of time. So in other words, the parties are reasonable about it and try to work it out. It'll make a whole lot of sense and really spare you a lot of aggravation. If you have any questions about that, reach out, and we'll be glad to help you out.